It is Monday. Happy new week. Hope it's a great one for you. I am coming to you today to try to motivate you in some way or form or shape, whether that's motivate you to think ahead and put more things on your shopping list, or if it's to motivate you to make some changes or motivate you to actually move your body today. Whatever it is, I just want to be the voice in your head that is positive and encouraging. That's the one, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you for joining me this week. So this week I announced that I was going to be answering some questions. If you had some burning questions that you'd always wished people would actually talk about rather than just shouting at you, then let me know what they are. And so I'm going to get started on those now. And the first one came in via the Facebook group, and that is from Gemma. And she talked about the fact that she is an all or nothing person. And so when she's in, she's on it, she's buzzing, but then when she's off, she's nothing, like as in doing nothing. She is not nothing, she is amazing, but she does nothing, and she wants to try to keep more consistent so that her trajectory doesn't go up and down and up and down, it kind of goes forward. All right, so that's what I'm going to go into today: how to be more consistent. We all know that we need to be more consistent. I think we've been told that so many times now in all things in our life. If we need to do this, you need to do it more often. If you need to do this, you need to practice it. If you need to do this, you need to do it daily. Those types of things. And we know that we need to be more consistent, but we're just not. And I think somebody needs to say that, that we are not consistent human beings, we're not consistent people, we're not consistent creatures. And I think the reason why is that we are humans, and we love adventure and spontaneity. And I think when something goes in the same direction for a long time, we get distracted and we think about something over here, or we think about something else over there, and we get a new idea, or we get tired. Quite often I have to remind myself that what we're expected to do in this 21st century is more than anyone else has ever done before. And I'm not quite sure our bodies were ready for that. And so sometimes we just have to give our bodies and our minds and our lives major props for actually doing what we have to do every single day and thinking about what we have to think every single day. But I know that's not the answer you were looking for, Gemma. You are looking for how to be more consistent. But I do think that's a really important note. So I do want everyone listening to this or watching this, or however you're tuning in today, to give yourself a little bit of love. Just say to yourself, I'm proud of you for making it this far. I'm proud of you for wanting to do better. And I'm going to stick with you. I mean, you've got no choice, but I'm going to stick with you. And let's do this. But once in a while, let's also celebrate the fact that we flip and rock. All right. So yeah, give yourself some love. Right, moving on. So we know we need to be consistent, but we're not consistent. So I can speak from experience here. I got to a point literally 6 years ago where I was like, nope, this is not where I wanted to be in life. I don't know how I ended up here. I've got no self-discipline. I eat what I want to eat, and then I feel awful afterwards. I do what I want to do, and then I regret not doing other stuff. And I just thought, this is not what I wanted out of life as an adult. And I read a book, and that was it. I laid down some foundations in my life. I changed quite a lot of stuff in quick succession. And from that day onwards, I had a plan and I stuck to it. And I did it, and I did it quite well, and there's been bumps and stuff along the way, but I have managed to stay quite consistent until I'm not. And then it all then goes completely out the window. And what makes it worse is that when you are, as you said, Gemma, literally on that you're on the nothing end of all or nothing, you have this awful feeling of failure, or you know, just like really frustrated with yourself, and you know, and you then have to not only try and get back to your consistency of your habit or the things that you've implemented in your life, but you also need to try and fix this relationship with yourself that you feel that you've let yourself down or whatever it is, and that's a really tough place to go to. So what I'm suggesting, that from my experience, that rather than going from all or nothing, we try not to be nothing, and we try not to be all, but we try to be somewhere in the middle. Okay, and that's what I've experienced in my life that works for me. So when I am literally rocking it, when I'm hitting every habit, when I'm hitting all my goals, when I'm doing all the things that I wanted to do, say I'm going to do, I probably manage it for about 3 weeks, and then I hit fatigue, and I hit burnout, and I hit tiredness, and then I'm nothing again, and I'm so tired of that happening. And then I really have, in the last 18 months, managed to find a place where I am in that middle zone. I'm in that middle of all or nothing zone, the comfortable zone, let's just say. We need to think of a better word for that. And there are some practical things that I can share with you, but you know, I just want to re-emphasize that point of kind of just saying, I am who I am. I have a capacity. It's different from other people, and I need to first learn what my capacity is before I start. Or if I start without learning that, then I need to be constantly evaluating it. Am I tired? How do I feel today? Why do I feel that way? You know, those types of questions, asking yourself every day, so that you do notice the triggers of going into the nothing, and you do notice the triggers of going into the all. Okay, so some examples of this is, you could, instead of doing absolutely everything, so getting the kids to school on time every single day, that's literally one of my minimum things, but it feels like a maximum thing, it's so hard, and making sure that they had a nutritious dinner, and that you ate, and that you also showered, and that you also socialized, and that you then also exercised. You know, you need to take all those things and you need to reduce them to different things. Okay, so they're huge, big milestones of your day, and we need to change the language, and we need to make them into tiny little things so that they don't overwhelm our heads, and that they, you know, that they don't tire us out, and you know, when we fail them, that we don't feel so crappy about it. And so yeah, let's take the 3 little things. I want you to limit it to 3. Okay, 3 things that you're trying to do every single day, and make them tiny, because when they're tiny, they're achievable. Okay, and so we're going to take something that is emotional, so something that makes you happy, something that is physical, and then something that is life practical, let's just say. Okay, and we need to A, make those things tiny and achievable, but B, change a language around them. Okay, if you, when I've talked about this before, if your goal, for example, let's go into the world of exercise, is to exercise to lose weight, every single day that you don't lose weight, you're going to be down, and you're going to be disappointed, and that is not a motivator to move your body again the next day. And that is where we need you to be consistent. We need you to move your body every day. Okay, and then but to try and cure that, we need to change your mindset. So you need to literally let go, literally say, I'm not losing weight anymore, that's gone, put it in the bin, chuck up your piece of paper. And we're not trying to lose weight every day. We are literally, and this is why I've chosen this language that I use with you all, we're just going to move our bodies every day. Because when you move your body every day, you feel more motivated to eat right, you feel more motivated to move even more. And one day, the magical weight loss will either be forgotten about, and you'll just be confident in your own skin, or you'll actually lose weight. So changing the language and making it achievable. I cannot attend a HIIT class every day. I cannot do a 20-minute burning, sweaty workout every day, but I can move my body every day. I can run to the end of my street and back again every single day. And what you're going to do with that, because you've made the language so simple and the task so simple, that you can actually achieve them. And then every single day you achieve them, this either a habit or a goal or a task. Forget about, the science of it. For every single day that you do it, it makes it harder to break. It just becomes more automatic. It compounds the interest of the habit that you're doing. And, and that's so important. But then obviously at one point, because you're human, you're going to be like, screw that flipping sucks. But then you can then make it different and make it bigger. Or so, for example, let's take, I'm going to run to the end of my street and back every single day as a bare minimum, nothing else. If I can't do anything else today, that's going to get me hot and sweaty or whatever, I'm going to run to the end of my street and back. And then that's it. I'm done for the day. I've ticked off my thingy, boom, done, right? But then when I'm like, I'm doing this every day now and I feel like I need a change, then you change it. You make it 2 times, you change your route, you start doing a HIIT workout instead, or whatever it is. You need to make that a little bit bigger. But if you start small, you can make it bigger. And then as you make it bigger, not only are you compounding the habit to make it harder to break, but you'll also start to enjoy it better, and you'll grow into it as well. You start that goal too high of going to the gym every single day, you'll be hurting the next day and you won't want to go. So yeah, start small, change the language around it, and start. Really, just 3 things a day. Power of 3. Talked about it before. Power of 3, change the language, start really small. Okay. And then what you actually need to then do, like I talked about, constantly evaluating. And this is why I think people are so mad about journaling. And I hate the word journaling, because to me, I don't know about you, but I grew up in like sleepover club books and stuff like that. And to a journal to me is like, dear diary, today I saw ... and that's not what journaling is for me. For me, it's kind of, I have 3 bullet points of my I ams, and then I have 3 bullet points of what I want to achieve that day, my 3 habits that I talked about there, and then I have like 3 check-ins. How am I feeling today? That's it. Just write it down. How I'm feeling. What, and then I can't remember what the other 2 is, like what could I improve on? What am I grateful for? Okay, and it just helps me to kind of like be like, this is where I am right now. Okay, and then you realizing that, okay, I'm overwhelmed. Okay, why am I feeling overwhelmed? Oh, because I have 10 things on my list instead of 3. Okay, I'm going to have to work my way back down to 3 again. And so you need to daily check in with yourself about how you are doing within your capacity. And I think that's really important. So definitely a daily check-in, however that looks like to you, whether you do a daily check-in with a friend, a daily check-in with an app, a daily check-in with your journal, a daily check-in with a thingy on the fridge, whatever it works for you, so that you can constantly assess how you're feeling. Are you going to need some time upcoming soon? Do you need to reduce the amount of tasks you're trying to do? That type of thing. Okay, then what to do when you actually can feel that you're about to literally blow up, and you're going to have the momentum is falling off and you are done with it. You just need to stop, or life happens. Okay, so you can see in your diary that you've got a week coming up and you're like, wow, nothing is going to get achieved that week. You need to have something ready for that. Okay, so whether that's you have your 3 things that you want to achieve every single day, and then you have another list of 3 things that you want to achieve that are tinier that you can do whilst on holiday, whilst in Christmas week, whilst sick, whilst down in the dumps, whilst on your period, whatever. Okay, so you have a list of 3 things that you want to do every day, and then 3 things that are your minimum viable effort. I always talk about that when it comes to the workouts. You have workouts that you do when you're feeling at your crappiest, your minimal viable effort workouts, but you could have that life-wise as well. You could be like, every day I'm going to read a chapter of a book, but when I'm feeling crap, I'm going to read a magazine, you know, something that you know is going to make you happier, but you're still doing something. And that is the key here. We're taking something that you are doing, and we're not going from doing to nothing or doing to done or whatever. We're going from doing something to doing something else. And that is the biggest key here, is that when you break your habit, you're constantly thinking about A, when you're going to get back into that habit, and B, what you can do, you can replace that habit with, so that there's still a little thing that's happening every single day. It just might not be the one thing that you were doing before. So for example, fitting and fitness workouts, every single day, I do the 5-minute minimum viable effort workout, one of them from the app. And then on days where I'm like, nope, can't do that, then I just take a warm up and I either do just the 4 minutes, or I even halve it and do 2 minutes. And then when I'm feeling epic, I do the longer ones, the 12-minute ones. But if you're telling yourself that you're going to do 12 minutes every single day, not great. And that's, you know, why I don't have workouts that are longer than 12 minutes, because I just don't think that's realistic. So let me go back to the beginning. You are not going to be consistent forever. There's so many things against you that's going to stop your consistency, but you need to be prepared for that. You need to know what you're going to do, and you need to understand yourself too. What makes you stay consistent? What makes you lead you astray? You need to start writing your 3 minimum things that you want to do every single day, and you need to change the language around it. So instead of workout, you write move your body. Instead of drink 2 liters of water, you say drink water. Whatever it is, just try to change the language so that it's not so hard, because life is hard. If you're going to add harder things, you're not going to want to do it. So add little things that you love, or you know, that you can actually achieve every single day. Then you'll be well on your way to making it a consistent habit rather than a consistent goal. All right. So once you've changed your language, you've written your 3 little things, you're also going to make another note on your phone where you write a letter to yourself and be like, mate, Sarah, when you're feeling like this, just remember that you have a vision for your life. You've got a vision for your kids' lives. It looks like this. In order to get there, we've got to do this. In order to do that, we need to do these 3 things every single day. I know you're feeling crap, but go do the thing that you love to do. Make yourself a bath, throw yourself a pity party, go out and party with some friends, whatever it takes to come back to those 3 things. Do them regardless of how you're feeling, and just remember and keep reminding yourself about that vision, which is, and then draw a pretty picture, whatever it is, so that you know that was the end of the letter, by the way. Signed, yourself. So that you know that when you're not feeling at your best, you're not feeling at your minimum, you're feeling less than minimum, you've still got stuff that you can do every single day. All right. I hope that makes sense. And I will keep talking about this for the next week, just to try and make sure that this is solid and that we are team consistently minimum. Yeah, let's just go for that. Wow, I need to come up with better catch lines. But yeah, be kind to yourself. I'm not consistent and I get paid to be consistent. So if I can't do it, it's going to sound so arrogant, but if I can't do it, you can't do it. Right. That was me. I hope this has helped you. Let's go through this week together as a team. We are all trying our best to have a better life, to wake up with more energy, to be happier, to be healthier, whatever that means for you. And if anything here has resonated with you, please let me know on socials, on Messenger, on email, on the app, whatever you like to do. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Have a good one.